let's see. We got sound. We have desktop sound. Maybe I should turn off one of these mixer windows. Alright. Maybe that'll help. Ease the stream. Stress. Alright, coming back in online here. Trying to get my alright, that works there. Mission elements. Alright. Here we go. Alright. Rotate each node so that the colors match each other. Alright. Q and E rotates. Oh, wait a minute. Well, how do I know which one is which? To navigate. Okay. Oh, this is easy. Please tell me that was a joke.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to. Radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Okay, that was interesting. Get out of Bunker 101, really? Seriously? I'm glad there wasn't a voice saying that. Get out of Bunker.
Spark metal. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Why? Okay. Again, I'm puzzled by the way.
There you go.
I have to pause this for a second. Alright, I don't need to pause that. Just give me a second here, microphone. Alright, so that wasn't my phone. There's people outside. Back to game, back to game, back to game. How do you get back to game? Alright, here we go. Try to stay here for about an hour now. Did I get my water? Water and tea is a must. Alright, water, tea, good to go. Alright. Get out of here. Let's get out of here. Which way am I going here? Am I going the wrong way? Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Let me see what the frames are. Frames are 8. Alright, so let's see. Out of date. Airstrike perfectly counting. Okay.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Oops. See, I hit that button. I was thinking
The deep cut. Crit. Pow.
Gotta reuse my.
You're on the ropes. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Come on. My winnings. That's what I want. Let's do this. Some stuff. Stuff I need. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's there for a reason. Not as bad, but better.
Mauja tuli ketä ja Wawanwe.
He wants to
Mala
thank you
Wala
for
Waku.
taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
He wants to.
Paluutulu hiljaa antuf.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
ja lauawatnawa.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Who's translating for me?
Baluwutulua. Ja, sawata mua.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Tolidrea ja maulua.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Lotulu bayo e bubuko von junvu.
Weird to you,
The
or-
child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
I don't know what you're
Befarbihita hun tukub kirko.
How Lupa
Totally
Lupin
honest.
somehow left you alive after his raid on the
Although I
old
wanted to guess
village.
the other one.
He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what?
Kozata ghetto. Farfarifto. Tuka kubu.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
The wata. Balu putulua for the wata.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Valu alu hero.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
I'm guessing this is the main meat of the storyline, and we need to pay attention to it. Although it's a little drawn, but you gotta give him a chance to set it up, right? Okay. It was after the attack, unity fell apart, and Mom was whatever. Okay. I wanna know who the unity was.
Ja moluwumando. Balu putulua.
After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other.
Okay.
Taimis yuba toluwawa.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived.
Tree again.
He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Pale Tree, the in Guild Wars 2, the Mother Tree in Avatar, you know what I'm saying? Everything has a tree. Okay. Had it not been for the Tree of Life. Then you have to akin that to the fact that, you know, without trees there is no life. No, I wouldn't say that. The like type of life we need. Let me see. By default, dialogues are set in advance from NPC lines. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this. Okay. Already talked to me. Way back in the long ago. Whoa. Because they take it away. Hey.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
Here.
Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
He says I don't believe in magic. This is not magic, so
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki.
Who is doing this dialogue?
The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Same speed. What can I jump from here? Will they kill me? Be nice to find out. No bar. This. You're gonna go under. This guy's. Alright, that was good. Gotta get back on your feet, baby. I think I could have made it. I'm not sure how the meter works. The current meter. I didn't see one actually. All right. I'm here. Ruffle the grass.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land.
Tree. Anybody see a small tree? I don't remember seeing a small tree.
You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Okay. Show me how to use it. Net received. Look at that. Whacked his ass.
You handle that net like you've never done
I know,
anything
it's
else.
full.
He's impressed.
Wait, what's that? Check Nigel. Back to the game. Sorry. Have to check on the bird. Okay, best before. You handle that net like you never done anything else. He's impressed. Okay.
Bid, Jude, better bid.
He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's
can I
lots of
find him?
nono
He's
out
very
there that need to be guided to the roots of the pensai tree.
Pretty sure you're gonna tell me where to go.
Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say.
Yeah, tell me where.
Bid, Jude, better bid.
Oh, that's where.
One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today,
have many.
your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Alright, see, show me where it is. I still gotta get this movement down. Roundhouse kick. She don't have a weapon or anything. He just got a roundhouse kick. Woohoo! Woohoo! Look at that roundhouse kick. Woohoo! It's like perfect. It's a Bruce Lee roundhouse kick. So you don't see it coming. Nigel, what are you doing? You hear that noise? What's up with something? Excuse me. Somewhere they got This is
Now
great
that
game.
you've seen the nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt.
No reason to doubt.
From this day on, he'll make nurturing the pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone.
And we love you for that.
One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances.
This is true.
He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
Okay, I should make it.
No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not.
So your mom is a
Kotuvon
killer.
ko konvunkono.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Ba lo yualo. Kotuvon ko konvunkono.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Loma utulu. Ba yowo.
The tree started to die when the end of days began, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
I have to quit this one. I'm gonna go with Birdhouse.
Fabobe. Mok kofar. Fa kobe mako tofar titaba.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on
Nigel?
a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Ewe bobuye. Satuatan pop kila.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
This should be with my
Far kobe mako tofar titaba.
The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Kabobe farhi. Udenu ku nunyo fobo.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
phone.
Mauketo tul atto iamalao.
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride.
Muk bebuk. Kanuipa yowo tulua.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the Tribe War and the situation with the World Eaters.
Do wohu.
Another one.
You're getting the hang of it.
Should I take the crowbar with me or not?
Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in.
Okay, so that's
and
what
the
they-
rope looks strong enough to climb. A ladder would be better.
The ladder. Ladder. 2.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and us from the World Eaters.
This looks better. Well, it's good.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Sprint is shift. Makes sense. Thank you. You get something right in this game. Sorry, it's keys.
Let's see.
What's this happening? Alright, pros. Thanks. Yeah, I'm freezing.
Let's see.
Oh, how can I do that?
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. It's a bridge. Just get over it. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
I didn't see him from up there.
He's heard the stories about the terror in...
Inner balance of two halves complicates the wholeness of the manifesting your inner balance through deeds. Few objects.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
I'm dark and I just chose a life.
He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
He deserves to die.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Baluotolo, ya yumawa.
Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's 2 nearby.
Falu alo, hero, yayato.
The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Kozata ghetto potobuata toledrea ya maoloa.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The mirror...
Sorry. I think I forgot to do something. Oh no, it is on.
movement fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
I didn't control that.
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Beboko contabe.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Muk bebok. Come weepa.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Honto kontue pon yevun goja.
In Jagni's case, letting the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life is part of their plan. They believe a cleansing is the only way the world can be saved.
Honto kontue pon yevun goja.
He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Tolomawanya loma utulu ba yowo.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
That's one long ass story. Quest. Your current and starting quests are shown.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
I don't know what I just did. I was trying to hit the wrong button or something. Let's see here. Okay. Checking. It's telling me to go to Cephas or whatever. Just what's going on. Map. Football helmets. Okay, this is weird now. Alright, so map. This is Jagny. I'm not sure which is where. But it looks like there's a road here to here. So I think it's
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fault. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war, or part of the problem.
Should have went to the seafood.
Beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled.
Wow, that quickly took me out, baby. Alright, get up. Alright, so I have to start back here. So I didn't get a pay attention to these things. Things around here you should pay attention to. Which way am I going here? I should be going that way, baby. I think I need to take a bio. Give this thing a chance to. Alright, I'm gonna mute this for a second. Take a bio. on it. Okay. Alright, back on the trail. Here we go.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. The Sifu's door is always open for newcomers, but he cautions you. They'll expect you to behave, or you'll have to face the consequences.
Zata is a muy dotloho. Kariesne zdatse. Parrot, ya put.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew.
Perfetta, unispurnos odlisni.
He welcomes
Zum ilem dat nete. Novi.
the news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you.
Donzadne?
He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common.
Orzekali, zata kariesne zdatse.
He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come here.
Zanamach, ives yeti reklidekle.
There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted.
Tancremo, ives yeti reklidekle. Dolo.
Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Nezdatsne okoni, vlada, tada.
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Na oko, kiza, tada, nalest staridat.
The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions.
Odliseni nove. Nezdatsne okoni, inatofo.
Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision.
Kel novazi ale dlohodo.
He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show.
Padafo uflete. Paro. Kel novazi ale dlohodo.
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe.
Tel novazi ale dlohodo. Ale.
The Myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but uniting the tribes and saving the Tree of Life won't change anything. You must stop living in the past. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. Being defeated is a choice they won't make. They've talked about that, but words do not frighten those who feel no fear. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the... Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin.
Sorry. This is too drawn out.
Your Muma taught each disciple a weapon. She never intended it for hunting, nor war, but lately the art of defense has been shadowed. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait. It's always the little things you remember, and with you it's pretty much the only thing he recalls, that you were little.
This place is huge. I mean, this is huge.
The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. It's Jagni's fort. Let's see.
You take a piss. Okay, so I'm blanking out on this now. It's too much for me right now. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. Okay. I was trying to think and then blanked out. Waypoint. Place waypoint with this, and then I can fast travel. Alright, so
Let's see.
that's how it works. Alright, so if I want to go there, do I place a waypoint? And will it let me fast travel? It won't let me fast travel because I haven't been there. Okay, so it's here already. I want to go back to.
Let's see.
Actually, I want to get to here. This is another world past through the forest clearing. Okay. Place waypoint. Trying to place a waypoint. Hungry. I'm tired. I need food.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. You've had better days.
So this is gonna be a hard fight. Well, I have it on hard, so.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred.
That thing moved with me.
Tough power. You're half dead.
This is hard. Move. It's not hard. It's the movements. This has a lot of Guild War 2 property like movements to it. It's just I wish I had more of the same control. Just to see like, because like when I turn around, it's a weird. I mean, you do that in Guild Wars 2, but it's more.